All aboard. It's Cali Jack. Time to make these trains run. And we got a new industry. And I'm going to leave this guy open and down here in the corner so we can kind of remember that we got a new industry. And I'm also going to reopen the other new destination, which was there was a home market built near. Okay. So where's our one with the incinerator we were working on? I didn't even notice that this one came in. That's August of 69. Okay. So we've got these two guys to deal with. We have this one and the power plant, central reclamation, which we are now starting to function with. And as we can see, we're going to have some issues. And we need to take and tell some trains that we need to long block. So they can grab a long block. And that's something else, long blocks and priorities that I really need to start utilizing more. And I just realized I left my coffee in the kitchen, so I'm going to put you guys on a ride along for a moment. And we will ride along with this guy, our Tatra T4, who could probably be set aside. I'm going to close out a lot of these bars, and I'll be right back while I grab that cup of coffee. All right, I'm back. Sorry for the delay on that. Normally I'm a little bit more together on my coffee. This is cup number 3, pot number 1 for those tracking caffeination levels here. I'm Cali Jack. This is How Not to Game. Though I'm getting better, and it may become how I game. And I game differently than a lot of people. I'm not here to take and speed run everything. And we can close out the Tatra. And it is time, I think, to take a peek at these Tatras. There's our bin, there's our barn, and see what we can actually replace them with. The GT6 actually runs a lot faster, but it's nowhere near as cheap. $8. Each car carries 125 passengers, though. Looking at our lines, and we're going to go to our only trolley, the Intercity trolley, the PBR Intercity. The PBR Intercity is mostly full on one and barely on the other because he's running right behind. And we may need to do some timing issues or other things on that line. Or we can just replace both of those with a single GT6, go a lot faster. How much faster? 90 versus 70. So out in those areas where we got it set up, we can go up to set 90 clicks an hour. that is an option I am seriously considering at the moment. He does run 2 cars, so he's going to run. Ouch, 16 bucks. So that's really not an option. Not an option at this time. We're going to have to play with finding a way to give these guys a little bit better separation like they used to have. Somewhere along the line, something jammed them up and they got to right behind each other. So I've got one there and one there. So that's just too close together. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick a spot. And I'm going to pick 2 spots. This yard, I'm going to hold for a 10% load. And at this yard, we're going to hold for a 10% load. And hopefully, doing that, or better yet, let's do a 20 on both of those. Hopefully, that will slow one of them down enough. It'll jam them up initially. It'll slow our capabilities, but hey, at some point, we're going to have to take an upgrade to a better thing on here. And I think this might be a good one to replace with either heavy rail, or something else. It is making money on one car and losing on the other. So that's things to consider here. And I did that at Bear Crocs. I should have done it at Rooster's Perch stop. Yeah, let's do another change to that. Hi. Schedule. Put a 10% hold there. First guy's got to clear out, and if the second guy doesn't hold, then we'll up this to 20% as well. Yes, I can speed it up to take and get to it and see how long he hesitates. Not long enough, so yeah, we're going to have to do that as a 20. Better yet, let's do that as a we're half full on both of them. Let's go ahead and do that as a 50% hold point. And we're going to do a 50% hold there. And then at bearing cross, we're going to remove that hold factor entirely and go to the bones so that there's at least 2 stops in between, 2 to 3 stops in between each hold point. And we will put a 50% hold on them there. And this should spread those guys out a little bit. If not, then I'm going to have to figure timing and doing time schedules. And time schedules are a pain because it doesn't really give you a good way to do a timing schedule. You've got to figure it out yourself. And it means that sometimes you have to put them as 2 separate lines on the same routing, but with different start points and different hold times where they dispatch every hour, every day, every 10 days. Now our trains are beginning to jam up out here, but that's okay because we're now starting to see more and more traffic out here, which is good. I am considering consolidating out this section and telling it to go bye-bye, but that would require a lot of work on those waste trains. So for right now, We've got two wasters bringing it in. Let's take a look for that third waste spot, which is this guy. Is he going to Central? No, he goes to, yes, he does go to Central. Oh, we didn't name the plant itself. That's why I can't see things. So Crude Gully is where we're going to take and pull out of. And that's a nice short run. And you know what else I'm noticing? I think we can get away with garbage trucking this. Let's do that. Let's do a garbage truck run. For two reasons. That'll also let us get a bus run over here to begin getting into here. So we're going to close out that and do a bridge here, like that, over that rail line. And I had projected a eventual double running, but I am not going to do that double run now. So that one's going to be hexed. We're going to do just a simple road down to tie in here. We're going to do this, put in the bus stop. Don't do a choose signal. Why don't I want to do a choose signal? Because I don't want oil tankers or buses blocking each other. And because of what we're doing, oops, road, something like this. And we're going to give him one dock there and then put one right next to it, so that we can have two cars going over, run a road over so that he lines up, and it just needs a single delivery point. Okay, tie that road in, make certain this road tied in, certain that tied in, tie these guys in so that the buses can do what they're going to do, which is service this and this. So we're going to put a bus stop here as well. And why are we doing that? Well, that's Springmouth, and we get 24 workers from Springmouth. We've also got to figure out how to get workers over from Ashwell right there. And there's already a road, so we can run another bus from Ashwell. I'm going to say run the minibus initially. So we're going to go to the good old satellite yard. We'll run it as, you know what, the oil field though. Ooh. Let's do a megahertz. We're going to get one last long bus out before they collapse out on us this year. So we're going to run a megahertz bus. Whoops. Needed that left open, dummy. Hi. So we're going to pick people up at the Springmouth South stop onto this bus. Actually, I'm going to have it go from Main to South to here to here. Copy it backwards. No, no 100%, no percentages. Spring centric. Get him going, grab another one, and we're going to do a reverse routing for the first pass. Both of these also have people working in Ashwell. Copy that system backwards, and this is going to be the good name. Kind of, lets me know. Ashwell's finally starting to grow to this side. Finally starting to sprawl. It is time to start considering a new bus routes in Ashwell to start moving things around, and putting some microbuses into this community might be a good idea. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to do one here. We're going to do one kind of here to cover that area in case it grows. We're going to do one here. I want to do one a little bit closer here. Next one would be there. And then one there. And then over here, we want to come here, here, and about there. And that will let us start setting up some more bus routes in Ashwell with the microbuses. Let's go ahead and get those microbuses running, and then we'll start working. I've got 3 of the 4 factories on our industry growth there taken care of. Now we got to do the Pauling Field home market afterwards, and that'll be another episode. Let's go ahead and just grab some buses from our dispatch yard here. I'm probably going to find that I had a bus dispatch closer, but oh well. Part of this is it is getting very hard to find my spots. So we're going to do this bus to do here, 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 tuck in here, and then back. And we're actually going to call that North Avenue Shuttle. And then this will be our South Avenue Shuttle, South Boulevard Shuttle. And he's going to do something a lot longer. There he goes, and get him started. And then we're going to do, for the concentrated area, something totally different. Something like that. There we go. Because it looks sort of like it's a balloon with a string that's being blown by the wind. Those should help Ashwell grow. And down the road, we'll tie in this other stop and get a stop over here for Skippy to get workers to him. And I think that's a good spot to stop this video. Hey guys, have a better day than I'm having. I'm Kelly Jack. This has been the Semi-Trans Sessions, the Devil's Towers Fixit 1969 game. And this has been episode, I can't remember whether it's 76 or 77. I'll let you know when I figure it out.